Now in Good Morning Northwest, primary election results, including the hotly contested race for Spokane's next mayor. It is down to the top two.
Well, the heat is going to stay with us for the next couple of days. We will see a cool down coming in for the weekend, but it's going to come with some extra stuff. We'll talk about that.
And we're live on the scene of the wildfire burning just west of Spokane. What we know about damage, evacuations, and the firefight on the ground and in the air. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for waking up with us, starting your day. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Wednesday, August the 2nd. Mark Peterson is here with a look at that first alert forecast, and get ready for another hot one, huh?
Yeah, yesterday we hit 90 degrees and we had forecasted 91. Today we start off with haze and, well, not so much heat. We're sitting at 63 degrees, pretty average for this time of year. And we have winds to 7 miles an hour. That's good news. We take a look at the 4 things you need to know with this heat. 90s today and again tomorrow. It is going to be sunny. It's going to be very dry, also hazy. We have a cooler weekend that's going to be coming in fact, below average, but isolated thunderstorm potential is there, and we'll talk more about that. Into the valley, you've warmed to 58, 63 into the West Plains, down into Cheney, 53 degrees there. Still cool in Deer Park at 45. We're not expecting to see a lot of winds today. In fact, we look at the forecast winds, less than 10 miles an hour for us for the most part, with some gusting winds to 20 miles an hour later on today. Onto the east slopes of the Cascades, winds to 15 miles an hour. We'll look at our day today with temperatures warming up quickly as we get into the afternoon. By 12 noon, 87 degrees, that's a normal high, and then we're into the mid-90s from 3, 4 into the 5 o'clock hour.
Mark, thanks. In our For the People coverage, we're getting a look at some of the primary election results this morning, with an estimated 5,000 votes in Spokane County still left to count.
We begin with the race for Spokane mayor. And the top 2 candidates will move on to the general election in November. And appears to be a showdown many people were expecting between incumbent Nadine Woodward and former state representative Lisa Brown. Sydney Charles is live at the Breaking Now desk. And Sid, how are those numbers looking right now?
Robin, right now, Mayor Nadine Woodward has more than 14,000 votes, but former state representative Lisa Brown is leading with nearly 17,000 votes. Mayor Woodward is trailing Brown by almost 3,000 votes, but still, she is optimistic that she will remain Spokane's mayor. At her election party last night, Mayor Woodward saying she and the rest of the candidates she's supporting have a clear path to victory come November. Mayor Woodward remaining confident in her campaign despite her second-place turnout, saying her path to victory will come from picking up the votes cast for other candidates like Tim Archer, who didn't make it through.
But we just want common sense and Spokane solutions to the challenges that we face as a city and cities across the state and across the country face. And that is public safety and homelessness and housing. But we need common sense solutions to those.
Meanwhile, Brown is confident a lead in the primaries will lead to a victory in November. At her election gathering last night, she and her team watched results roll in. Brown saying she expected a lead.
The main thing we keep hearing again and again is that the mayor made campaign promises that she didn't deliver on. So it is time for new leadership.
She addressed her supporters last night, saying homelessness, housing, and capitalizing on Spokane's opportunity for economic development are her top priorities. And coming up in 30 minutes, I'll break down other city council races and safety measures that were on the ballot. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
The race for city council president will be between Betsy Wilkerson and Kim Please. Andy Rathman actually conceded yesterday morning before results even came in. Wilkerson garnered more than 4,000 more votes than Please.
I'm counting on the people understanding that experience matters, and that's what I bring to the table.
And right now, Paul Dillon and Katie Treelor are quite a ways out in front in the race for Spokane Council position number 1 for District 2. And in the Spokane City Council race for District 3, Katie Klitsky is leading with more than 4,500 votes, but it's fairly close for second place between Earl Moore and Christopher Savage. The top 2 in these races move on to the November ballot. We'll have more election results coming up in just a few minutes. You can also find them right now by going to our website, KXLY.com.
In Firewatch coverage now, the Department of Natural Resources and Spokane Fire Department continue to work on the West Hallett fire.
Yeah, this is that fire that broke out Monday off of Cheney-Spokane Road. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez joins us now once again with the Public Information Officer for this fire with updates that you need to know about today.
Good morning. We've been tracking this fire since it first broke out early Monday afternoon, and I have to say this morning things are looking astronomically so much better. There's very limited smoke in the sky. You can hardly smell the fire, at least I can't this morning. And so things are looking really great, and that's thanks to all of the crews that have been working 24/7 since Monday to just really take this fire out. Now this morning I'm joined by the Public Information Officer for this fire, Eric Keller. Now Eric, tell me, I understand that evacuation orders are still in place. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So yes, within the fire, we're still at a level 3 evacuation where we're asking folks to stay out, and a level 2 immediately around the fire. So level 2 is be set, ready, set, go, 1, 2, 3. So be set, ready to go in case something happened, in case we, for some reason, were to lose the fire, and then level 3, where we're asking folks to basically evacuate their houses.
Gotcha. And what can you tell me about the status of the fire this morning?
So this morning we're at 30% containment. Crews will be working all day today and trying to get the mop up. When we leave this fire, it'll be 100% mopped up so that we can leave it and not have any concern that it's going to go anywhere.
Yeah. And what does the public or just nearby residents, what do they need to know as we head into these next couple hours, days?
So we are still going to have fire apparatus in the area, and so we're going to have lots of traffic. We have about 200 people on the fire, working the fire, so there's quite a few fire trucks, and from different areas. You know, you can see some in the back, Benton County, Pullman. They all came to help us put this fire out. So not just Spokane County, but lots of folks from around the area, and just please be careful when driving.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for all of the hard work your team has put towards this fire. Back to you guys in the studio. Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Okay, 30% line, though, is pretty good progress.
It really is. Those crews are working so hard. It's now 7 minutes after 6 o'clock.
Let's send things back over to Mark. And, yeah, we're talking about a lot of that smoke, not just here, but all around the region.
Right, and it's being caught up in the upper atmosphere. We have the haze, but we're expecting to see maybe a little more smoke into the air later on this afternoon. Winds are going to shift to the west, pull a little more smoke into our area from up north as well. So we're going to be tracking that. You can see the haze out there with a live look at downtown Spokane. We're going to have your full forecast coming up.
Yeah, we are in the thick of summer, but looking ahead to cold and flu season, what we're learning about the new vaccines for flu, COVID, and RSV.
And she's considered the queen of body positivity, but this morning, singer Lizzo was accused of body shaming, sexual harassment, and creating a hostile work environment. A look at some of the claims in a lawsuit coming up.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
The 4 News Now Extreme Team back in action. The Northwest Autism Center is expanding into a new space. All these cubicles have to go. The carpet's got to be removed, and we've got a couple of days to do it. It's coming in August. I'm Mark Peterson. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Mr. Casino Hotel in Chewelah is letting you choose your prize. A chance to win $45,000 to spend towards a new Chevy, or you could win $35,000 cash. Your choice. Play your favorite games at Mr. Casino Hotel to earn entries. Every Friday in August, you can earn bonus entries playing your favorite games. The more you play, the more chances you have to win. Learn more at MrQuad.com.
Get ready for a brand new season of Collector's Call with all new collections.
Sundays on MeTV, over the air on KXLY 4.2, Comcast 114, and Spectrum 9, 17, and 181.
Next live, Taylor Lautner and his wife, Taylor Lautner.
Okay, what now?
Double the Taylors, double the fun.
Doubly excited?
Yes, doubly excited. Watch live today at 9, right after GMA.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Say hello to Jessica Chastain and her new film, The Good Nurse. You love Real Housewives? I'm obsessed, and I kind of steal it for my characters. Plus, Ryan Phillippe.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
Save your green.
All right, welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Major U.S. pharmacy chains are already rolling out flu and RSV vaccine appointments.
Anyone 3 or older can get a flu shot, while adults over 60 can get an RSV vaccine. Pharmacies like Rite Aid, CVS, and Walgreens also say they'll offer new COVID-19 vaccines as soon as they are available. Those still need FDA approval.
Pope Francis on his way to Portugal today for a 5-day visit. He'll attend World Youth Day, a jamboree sometimes called the Catholic Woodstock. It's the 86-year-old pontiff's first trip since his intestinal surgery in June, but the trip comes less than 6 months after a report by a Portuguese commission that said at least 4,800 minors were sexually abused by clergy, mostly priests, over a 70-year period. Francis is expected to meet privately with abuse victims, but the Vatican has yet to confirm those meetings.
R&B pop star Lizzo is facing a harassment lawsuit. 3 former dancers claim they were subjected to a hostile work environment and harassment while they were members of the Grammy winners dance team. The complaint filed in Los Angeles Superior Court Tuesday claims that one of the 3 plaintiffs was encouraged by the singer to take turns touching nude performers while out at a club in Amsterdam's red light district while they were on tour in February. The claims also include accusations of body shaming against a dancer who gained weight while on tour. Lizzo is known for her uplifting messages and advocacy for body positivity as an integral part of her work.
As we take a look at our 10-second takeaway, we see that the sunshine, the hot, and the haze will continue today and again tomorrow. So make sure you're staying hydrated, wear the shades, and lower the shades to keep the cool in the house. 94 the high today.
Well, it was a beautiful evening for a block party in downtown Spokane. The Riverside neighborhood and the Downtown Partnership hosted the Night Out Against Crime party on Wall Street. Several different units from the Spokane Police Department were on hand to talk with people as the downtown crime problem is on many people's minds.
It's a good idea, I think. I don't know. I work with the public a lot, and it'd be good if they knew law enforcement and stuff so they weren't so rude to them, I guess.
The block parties in downtown Spokane and across the country are aimed at building relationships between police and the people.
It looked like a fun party. They had pony out there. They had cornhole.
Ben and Jerry's. Yeah. Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:13.
A grand jury returned a new 4-count indictment criminally charging former President Donald Trump with trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Just ahead, we hear from the special counsel and Trump's attorney.
And a little later on Good Morning Northwest, as we are tracking the latest on the wildfire below Eagle Ridge, we're looking at what you need to do to prepare your family in case fire threatens your home. Don't go away.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book arriving in members' mailboxes this week. It's 20 pages of great store-wide savings, including everything you need for your Northwest lifestyle. At Bi-Mart, our members save more every day.
Hi, Kylie here with Dad at Parker Toyota. We know finding time during the busy week to schedule your service maintenance can be difficult. That's why we've expanded our hours. We're now open Sundays.
Schedule your oil change, brakes, and other maintenance needs at your convenience online, parkertoyota.com. Our highly trained technicians can get you in and out with our express service.
Experience the no-problem sales and service 7 days a week at Parker Toyota in Coeur d'Alene.
I'm 4 News Now Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. Every little bit helps when it comes to protecting our river and aquifer. Learn how you can be water-wise.
Hey Spokane, this is Will with your weekly WaterWise tip. When you go to mow your lawn, we recommend putting it at the highest setting. Not only will this shade the root system, it will also retain moisture and promote a deeper root system.
It's easy to be water-wise.
Hi, I'm Ken.
And I'm Donnie.
We lead the Advocates.
The Advocates fight for each of our injured clients. We take on big insurance and get big results.
We're both advocates, but we're very different from each other.
That's true.
I say potato, she says...
Potato.
Oh, I guess we're the same there.
Potato. Do people say that a different way?
Potato.
Who says it that way?
Never mind. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
People who come to the Inland Northwest rave about its beauty.
For those of us who live and work here, we couldn't agree more. From its iconic history
to a ton of new beginnings.
We have farm-to-table roots and access to nature right out our back door.
And as a community member, BECU wants to honor those who work together to make life better for our region.
Help us celebrate everything that makes Spokane great. And remember, in tough times, good things are still happening here.
BECU is not for profit and all for Spokane.
Summer storms, sudden, intense, dangerous. 4 News Now First Alert Weather warns you in advance.
Up to quarter-size hail.
Keeping you informed until the threat is past and your family is safe. On the air, on the app, only on 4 News Now.
Twilight Bedding is the choice for all your mattress needs and now has 2 convenient locations in Spokane. Every mattress is manufactured locally, right here in Spokane, and crafted to meet any need you have, whether it's for your bedroom, boat, RV, or your pet. Stop by either location today and talk with an expert about the mattress that's right for you. Sleep right. By Twilight.
4 News Now is brought to you by Great Homes of Idaho in Post Falls.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. An update this morning on a former Spokane City administrator accused of sexual misconduct. Johnny Perkins is responding to the claims, denying he engaged in inappropriate conduct while working for the city of Spokane.
Perkins resigned last month when the city said it found evidence that he violated the sexual harassment policy. In a statement, Perkins denied he dated a former city employee and says a woman he was dating tried to manipulate him and made several false statements. He also claims the city's HR report says he was at a party with edible drugs, but he says he was refereeing a football game at that time. Mayor Woodward says the HR report will eventually be released to the public. You can read all of our coverage so far of this story on KXLY.com. Donald Trump indicted for allegedly trying to subvert democracy in the United States and overturn the will of American voters in the 2020 election.
Prosecutors accusing the former president of spreading lies about election fraud despite knowing he lost to then candidate Joe Biden. The indictment says those lies fueled the violent January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest on the historic developments out of D.C.
Good morning. Some experts say this third indictment is his most serious. In it, prosecutors accuse Trump of working to create an intense national atmosphere of mistrust in order to erode public faith in the election. Former President Donald Trump criminally charged in relation to alleged widespread efforts to overturn his 2020 election loss to now President Joe Biden. Trump indicted on 4 federal felony charges: conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction of and an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights.
The attack on our nation's capital on January 6th, 2021 was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy. It was fueled by lies. Lies by the defendant targeted at obstructing a bedrock function of the U.S. government.
The indictment accuses Trump and 6 co-conspirators of creating fraudulent slates of electors in 7 states. Those co-conspirators have not been charged and are not named in the indictment.
What's very extraordinary about this indictment is that it offers a very sweeping view of what led to January 6th.
The former president reacting, calling these charges ridiculous, telling ABC News he believes he will still defeat Biden. Judge Tanya Chutkan, who will oversee this case, has already given out some of the toughest sentences against January 6 rioters. Trump is set to appear in court tomorrow on these new charges. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
All right, check this out. The moon is nearing its closest point to Earth, which means you'll see not just one, but 2 supermoons this month. The first one peaked last night. On August 30th, we'll see another one, making it a super blue moon.
Now take a look at this time lapse of it crossing the sky over the ancient temple of Poseidon in Athens, Greece. Oh, it's spectacular. We won't see 2 supermoons in 1 month again until the year 2037.
Wow. Yeah, it's been pretty spectacular just being able to see it the last couple days coming into work.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we're going to send things over to Mark again for... Yes.
Well, tonight it'll be a waning moon now. We're at 98%, so we're going to start to see that, enter the new moon, and then again, full moon at the end of the month. The super blue moon. I love that. All right, let's talk about what we have for current conditions. First of all, a clear sky. You were able to see that moon early this morning. It set about 5:40 with the sunrise at 5:30. So, again, we had both in the sky at the same time. 63 right now into Spokane. Cooler into Coeur d'Alene. You can still see the haze on the horizon and 51 degrees. So a cooler start there. Our high today is going to be 94 degrees, bearing in mind an average high is about 87. Winds are going to be southwest 5 to 10, 15, but gusts to 20 later on today, calming overnight. Going to hold on to that haze, 59 for the overnight low. A reminder that the last time we received measurable rain, not just a trace, was July 10th. We picked up a little over 1/10 of an inch. We're going to continue to be dry, not only today, tomorrow, but we are going to see the potential for a little bit of rain that could come in, and that's going to happen Thursday night into Friday with some monsoonal moisture coming up. There will be some quick hits, isolated thunderstorm potential as we get into Thursday and Friday. Friday morning, the Palouse to the Tri-Cities. We can see that, and we can see part of this come over us. So that's what we're going to be looking at. The fear is the dry lightning. We have severe storms that are sitting into the central part of the country, but it's below it. That's the concern. Millions of Americans under, again, the excessive heat warning that continues. It feels like 116. Real temperatures are in triple digits, high humidity. For us, lower humidity. 94 degrees will be our high today. Again, into Coeur d'Alene, you're going to see 94. And 102 into Lewiston. Head into the Tri-Cities today, 96 degrees. So, planning forecast, plan on heat today, tomorrow. Over the weekend, 87 on Friday. Saturday, 83 degrees. And then we warm back up next week to the low 90s.
Okay. So just a little bit of a dip and then
yeah,
back
but that
up.
weekend, it's going to be nice getting out and about and getting some stuff done.
All right. Mark, thank you.
6:22 now. The Cougs will kick off fall football camp at 9 this morning. Why head coach Jake Dickert is so high on this year's squad.
And Eugenio Suarez had a big night for the Mariners, but it wasn't enough in a loss to the Red Sox. We'll show you what happened in Seattle. That's coming up next in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Whether you're hauling your boat to the lake or a team full of soccer players,
Perfection Tire carries a full line of Cooper tires with advanced safety features, warranties, and competitive pricing.
Nobody beats perfection.
Joni here at Post Falls Volkswagen with this bold and beautiful Taos. But there's more than just good looks behind this compact SUV. This is the perfect choice because it's also practical and efficient, with driver assist and all the latest enhanced safety features. Plus, the Taos is packed with the useful high-tech features you use every day. If you're thinking of a compact SUV, think Taos at your nearby Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I got a call swap.
You forgot your check.
We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
4 News Now Fire Watch coverage.
That fire has grown exponentially.
With resources on TV, online, and on the go with the 4 News Now app. Fire Watch coverage to keep you safe. That's what we mean when we say expect more on 4 News Now.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Why didn't we do this last year?
Before you were preventing migraine with Qulipta? Remember the pain, canceled plans, the worry?
That was then. And look at me now. You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making 0 migraine days possible. It's the only pill of its kind that blocks CGRP and is approved to prevent migraine of any frequency to help give you that forget you get migraine feeling.
Don't take if allergic to Qulipta. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and sleepiness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Qulipta, the forget you get migraine medicine.
Whether you're going on a long trip or just your daily commute,
Perfection Tire's certified techs are your trusted resource for efficient, cost-effective repairs and routine maintenance.
Nobody beats perfection.
But the excitement is through the roof. I don't even know if I'll sleep tonight, if I'm being honest.
Well, it's like Christmas morning for Washington State head coach Jake Dickert. Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minutzel. The Cougars kick off fall camp this morning, and things will be a bit different this year. Dickert plans to ease the guys into practice this time around before ramping up to full speed. He says he wants to prevent fatigue before the season starts. The Cougars are also holding a few night practices to improve play during night games. Washington State had 1 win and 3 losses in night games last season. The Cougars are looking to qualify for a bowl game for an 8th straight season, and Dickert thinks this team has the talent to do it.
The next 3.5 weeks in fall camp will be a big indicator on what we're capable of doing. You know, I think we're more athletic on the offensive side of the ball. I think we've learned from the adversities of last season and are really ready to grow on those things. I think defensively, we need to continue to evolve and take the next step. And, you know, really excited about the playmakers we have at that side of the ball.
And we will have coverage from Washington State training camp tonight on 4 News Now. The Seattle Mariners fell to the Boston Red Sox 6-4 in a back-and-forth ball game. Eugenio Suarez drove in 3 runs, including a home run in the losing effort for Seattle. Now, the series finale is at 1:10 p.m. this afternoon from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. And that'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
College football's back.
So exciting. You did a fist pump, I think, when you were talking about it. It's now 6:27.
All right, before we enter the break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new details on the alleged murder plot in Paradise.
I want to thank me.
36-year-old Lindsay Shiver, posting frequently on social media, is out this morning on bail. Investigators say she, along with 2 other men, allegedly planned to murder her husband of 13 years, Robert Shiver, while on vacation in the Bahamas. Shiver frequently posting glimpses of their family's picture-perfect life on social media, many on vacation in the Bahamas. In 2020, Lindsay writing, "The key to a perfect marriage is having 2 imperfect people who refuse to give up on each other." The couple met while in college at Auburn University, where Robert played football for the Tigers. And we'll have more on what Shiver could be facing coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
Type 2 diabetes?
Discover the Ozempic Trizone. In my Ozempic Trizone, I lowered my A1C, CV risk, and lost some weight.
In studies, the majority of people reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it. Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events, such as stroke, heart attack, or death in adults also with known heart disease. And you may lose weight. Adults lost up to 14 pounds. Ozempic isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take Ozempic if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or if allergic to it. Stop Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Gallbladder problems may occur. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Ozempic with the sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Ask your healthcare provider about the Ozempic Trizone.
You may pay as little as $25.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
Summer might not be a vacation for families experiencing homelessness, but while Family Promise teaches parents life skills, kids have the chance to explore and have fun.
Without the routine of school, summer is really challenging for homeless children. With the help of Numerica, kids are able to enjoy lots of fun activities.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Family Promise as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Kylie and I are excited to show you the rugged good looks and adventurous spirit of this all-new Subaru Outback.
It has a roomy interior and almost 9 inches of ground clearance that make on- or off-road driving fun.
Plus, Subaru's legendary safety features like symmetrical all-wheel drive and EyeSight driver assist technology.
Visit ParkerSubaru.com or drop by the dealership to learn about our great selection of vehicles built for adventure, comfort, and safety.
See the Subaru Outback and receive your no-problem customer service at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
It's wildfire season, and 4 News Now First Alert weather is more important than ever.
Bone-dry vegetation, lightning strikes, sudden winds. With conditions so volatile and so much at stake, every second counts.
Wildfire warnings to evacuation orders to the all clear. Trust the 4 News Now First Alert weather team to keep you safe.
Alerting you first.
On air, online, and on the go with the 4 News Now app.
Protecting you and your family.
That's what we mean when we say expect more.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Welcome back and Good Morning Northwest. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It's Wednesday, August 2nd. Let's check in with Mark and our First Alert forecast to get you started on this Wednesday morning.
Take a live look outside. It just looks a little bit like heat, and we're definitely going to see it. No clouds, a little bit of haze on the horizon. Right now we're sitting at 63 degrees. Those winds less than 10 miles an hour should stay there throughout much of the day. Later on this afternoon, this evening, we'll see those get a little gusty. So we look at the 4 things you need to know. Yeah, we're 90s today and tomorrow, pretty solid. It's going to be sunny and very dry. We do have a cooler weekend coming in, some isolated thunderstorm potential. We'll show you where and when that's coming up. Now, 60 in downtown right now. You've got 53 into Post Falls, 45 into Deer Park. So there's some cool places. Everybody warms up, though. We're going to be into the mid-90s throughout our region, 91 into Sandpoint, Ritzville 94, Moses Lake 95, and it's just going to be hot today. Again tomorrow. Here's how the heat builds today. By noon, we're going to be at 87 degrees. A reminder, again, that's the average high for this time of year. But the high today, we're going to see that about 3 o'clock. It's going to be 94 degrees.
The Department of Natural Resources will reevaluate evacuation levels for the West Hallett Road fire today.
Yeah, crews remain on the fire lines overnight. The fire started just west of the Eagle Ridge neighborhood. Level 3 evacuation orders are still in place for everyone living south of 47th, east of Dorset Road, and north and west of Cheney Spokane Road. Nancy Locken lives just feet from land burned by the fire.
It prepares you and you realize how valuable your life is.
Level 2 evacuations are in place south of Hallett Road between Assembly and Dorset Roads. DNR told us just this morning the fire is now 30% contained. In this fire season, make sure your family is prepared with a wildfire go bag.
Having a go bag or emergency supply kit is essential in case you have to evacuate your home. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live sharing essential items for your family's go bag.
Good morning. I'm showing you my go bag that we have prepared. Now, ideally in these go bags or buckets, you're really just going to want a storage container that's easy to put into your vehicle. And with those items, you're going to want enough to account for each and every member of your family. Now, I'm going to take you through each of these items that's recommended for these go bags. Food and water are of utmost importance. Lots of water. You're going to need a lot more than this. Food, you're going to make sure that you're replacing that whenever it expires, or just put non-perishable items in there. Another thing you're going to want is any changes of clothes for in case you have to go to evacuation centers or maybe even sleep in your car. Another thing we have here is chargers for any of your devices so that you can stay connected with your family and with your loved ones and let them know how you're doing. And now another thing that we have in here is a first aid kit. This is really probably the most crucial thing you're going to want in this case and just in general a great thing to have in your car. Another thing we have here is just any important documents, birth certificates, identification, anything like that you're just going to want to have on hand. Now this is what I have in this go bag. Another thing that you can add in is any necessary items for your pets, food, leashes, anything like that. And of course, you could also throw in any personal items or photos that you're going to want to keep protected. Now with this go bag, it's really crucial that you keep this in your car, and especially as we approach those fire weather warning days, those red flag days, you're going to want to just throw it in your vehicle just to be prepared. But that's what we have for you today. Back to you guys in the studio. Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
All right, fire crews say the West Hallett fire could have been much worse if it wasn't for the planes and helicopters attacking it from the air. At one point, 26 different aircraft were in the air fighting the fire. They came from Deer Park, Omak, Yakima, Moses Lake, Coeur d'Alene, even as far away as Southern California. Chris Hopman is one of those Fireboss pilots.
Often they're listening in there on the radio, so they hear when the ground firefighters are saying, hey, we're going to need air resources. So before we even get the piece of paper, we already know it's coming.
The Department of Natural Resources says the amount of air support depends on the size of the fire and the availability of the aircraft in the region. The pilots say people should be aware of the firefighting aircraft, and if you happen to be on a lake or river when the planes are in the air, move towards the shore to help give them plenty of room to scoop water.
And this morning, we continue to follow election results. The look of the race for Spokane Valley and Liberty Lake City Councils are taking shape.
Yeah, a couple of safety measures were also on the ballots for Airway Heights Fire and Spokane Fire District 3. Sydney Charles is at the Breaking Now desk tracking those races and safety measures.
That's right. In the council races, the top 2 candidates will move on to the November election. For Spokane Valley City Council, position number 2, Jessica Yeager is currently leading with more than 5,700 votes. Rachel Briscoe has more than 2,800 votes, with Adam Smith trailing by about 500 votes. In Liberty Lake, Dan Dunn is leading for City Council position number 3. Larry Marshall is in second place right now, with Keith Coppelson about 200 votes behind Marshall. Fire District 3, which serves southwest Spokane County, was asking voters to approve a property tax levy increase. It would pay for better fire protection, emergency medical services, and replace equipment. Right now, it looks like that measure is passing, with a little more than 65% of the voters saying yes. Meanwhile, Airway Heights voters are saying yes to an $8 million measure to buy a building and remodel it into a modern fire station. For someone who owns a $300 home, the measure would increase property taxes by $111 a year. The measure needs at least 60% of votes to pass. Right now, it has 77%. Now, we'll continue to keep you updated on the very latest election results as they roll in. There are about 5,000 ballots left to count, with the next ballot count update expected today. The results will be certified on August 15th. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
It appears Airway Heights will join the Spokane County Library System. Voters there are saying yes to the annexation by a wide margin. And voters in Cheney saying yes to a new $13 million aquatic center. It would include a lazy river, a water slide, and a separate lap pool. The owner of a $400,000 home would pay about $212 a year in property taxes. In the race for Spokane School Board Director position number 5, Mike Weiser is leading with nearly 20,000 votes. Erica Lalka is in second with nearly 12,000. We have more election results coming up in just a few minutes. You can also find them on KXLY.com.
All right, Good Morning Northwest time is just about 6:38.
And time to check back in with Mark at the Weather Center.
So we have cool temperatures this morning. We're going to have heat tonight with temperatures. I mean, you know, you look at 9 o'clock at 82 degrees.
Wow.
I've got an ice cream cone, but what else could they have today?
Ice cream sandwich.
That's right.
It's National Ice Cream Sandwich Day.
This is one I can get behind.
Yeah, I love the vanilla. I just plain and simple. Your forecast, plain and simple, coming your way.
As we start thinking about sending our kids back to school, why the nationwide teacher shortage is getting worse. We'll be right back.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says This one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
If you need a new mattress, what you don't know could end up costing you. Come to Twilight Bedding Mattress Factory and talk to the experts. We make your mattress right here in our factory, so we can tell you exactly what it's made of. Twilight Bedding is also the only place in the area where you can still buy a double-sided mattress. Visit our website to learn the top 10 questions to ask when buying a mattress, and then come see us. Sleep Right by Twilight.
Well, around the Northwest, the Eagle Bluff fire has grown to 15,000 acres along the U.S.-Canada border near Oroville. Evacuation levels have been downgraded, but people living nearby are actually feeling the heat.
You could actually feel the heat from it, across the lake. And we also could hear the roar from the fire at one point, too, as it would hit the bigger clumps of trees.
Temperatures in the 90s plus dry air and shifting winds means dangerous conditions for firefighters. It's been nearly 3 years since a wildfire destroyed the city of Malden.
Yesterday, it hosted a groundbreaking ceremony for its new fire station and post office. The Malden fire grew to 15,000 acres and destroyed more than 65 homes on Labor Day of 2020. The new station was made possible because of the Department of Commerce and Federal Emergency Management Agency. One Malden resident who almost lost her home talked about how tough it was to watch.
Just pulled up, it was like so devastating to see them wondering like, now what? And here we are 3 years later, and we're just finally now breaking ground for our new building, which is so exciting for me after experiencing our whole town burn down.
The mayor of Malden said the rebuilding of the fire station and post office will be the first real structures Malden has had since the fire.
All right, good morning. 10-second takeaway. Here we go. Sunny, hot. There's going to be some haze on the horizon. We should see our air quality remain in the good to possibly moderate range. All right, make sure you're drinking your water. 94 the high today.
Back to school is coming up fast, but the nationwide teacher shortage is getting worse.
Yeah, some parts of the country are reporting the biggest staff shortages in years. More than 40 states are suffering a severe teacher shortage. The reasons? Teachers list low pay, burnout from the pandemic, school violence, and a lack of respect from students. Data shows nearly half of public education employees who left their job last spring resigned. 1 in 3 teachers say they're likely to quit in the next 2 years. Also a factor, 23 school shootings have resulted in injuries or deaths so far this year. Some schools debating whether teachers should be armed.
Safety is automatically, just because of the current climate of our country, at the top of every educator's mind, of every parent's mind, of every administrator's mind, and I think of every student's mind. And if it's not, it should be.
Teachers cite another downside to the profession, no remote working options. To combat the drawbacks in recruiting new teachers, some communities, like Post Falls, are now offering 4-day school weeks. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:43.
We're back with Mark's full forecast right after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Let's take a test drive of this rugged Nissan Frontier, redesigned inside and out. There's plenty of power so you can take it anywhere, thanks to an upgraded suspension, steering system, and powertrain. The cabin has improved too with a new seat design, larger storage compartments, and a big touchscreen that's smartphone compatible. If you weren't interested in a Nissan Frontier in the past, it's time to reevaluate. Test drive one at the new Coeur d'Alene Nissan.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap. I gotta call Swap.
Here you go.
That's it? I'm calling him.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
From the 5 a.m. morning regulars to those gotta fit it in lunchtime rush business goers to the busy moms that need childcare so they can just have a little time to themselves. Move Fitness is here for you, serving up the largest variety of workout options in Spokane with a new location opening soon to provide you the best results for your workout needs. Move Fitness.
Join the movement. I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
It's now 6:46. 2 Spokane Transit Authority buses are back on their routes now, following confirmed reports of bed bugs.
And the STA says it took appropriate measures and chemically treated the buses, so riders shouldn't be worried. STA couldn't say what routes the 2 buses traveled because that changes daily. It also heat treated those buses, raising the temperature to over 160 degrees. It's also working with a pest control company that uses a canine that can alert to the presence of the insects. Some riders say they actually weren't too surprised to find out about the bed bugs.
It is like really gross and shocking, but then I thought about it. If you know that you have a problem at your house, like, don't go onto public transportation.
The CDC says bed bugs are not known to spread disease, but the bites are itchy and could lead to secondary infections. STA says it'll continue inspections so employees and riders feel more comfortable riding public transit. Not what you want to hear, but
definitely not.
Hopefully it's a problem that's been taken care of and won't come back.
We sure hope. Hey, here is your live look over downtown Spokane. Hazy skies out there, which will be kind of the deal for a while, won't it?
It really will. We've got fires not only close to home with the West Hallett fire, but just all over the region. Of course, fire season really an early start. Let's take a look at the temperatures right now. We've got cooler spots, so if you live in Deer Park, perhaps maybe a windbreaker or a hoodie as you head out. 61 downtown, not so much, and 54 in DeCheney. Depends on your comfort level with temperatures, right? Let's now talk about that smoke that's in the air. It's all over the place. There's no doubt about it. We do see, again, some of the smoke coming out of that into areas to the north, getting pulled up and pulled over eastern Washington. By 5 o'clock, we're going to see that potential to see more of that smoke because of wind shifting, and that's going to be evident. We're going to see perhaps, again, our air quality continue to slide further into the moderate range. Right now, it's in the high of the good range, and it's been bouncing between good and moderate. All right, I've showed you this before, and I kept saying it's the last time we got rain. What I really should be saying is it's the only day in July that we receive measurable precipitation, that 1,200. So that dry condition continues, and it will today and again tomorrow. There's a chance of rain coming in, and we'll have that coming up in just a moment. 94 degrees the high today, so it's going to be, again, hotter than the 87 average. And then overnight, temperatures down to 59, still hazy conditions, maybe a little smoke in the air, but it would be with temperatures in the 90s again tomorrow, opening up the doors and windows later on tonight, and then hopefully cooling things down. Let's take a quick look at where the moisture could be coming from. And that's going to be that monsoonal moisture coming out of the south, getting pushed out. It has been slow to come into the southwest, and it's slow to get into our area, but we could see those scattered showers by Friday morning. Some isolated thunderstorm activity is potential. Highs today into the mid-90s. We're going to see that all over the place. Bonners Ferry 96, 102 into Lewiston. For us, 92 for Thursday. So still in the 90s. We're normal, or average, I guess, 87 on Friday. Below average Saturday, 83 degrees, breezy, mild, and then back into the low 90s Monday and Tuesday. It's going to be a nice weekend, but breezy at times.
Okay.
If you're golfing, if the wind's to your back, it could add 10 yards to the drive.
We'll hope so.
It's 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint's coming up next.
All right, thanks so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on your Wednesday morning, right? Wednesday?
Yeah, it is.
Think about it. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Big Out in the Park.
Introducing the pizza so nice, we pepperonied it twice. The new double pepperoni crazy crust pizza from Little Caesars. Picture this: classic pepperoni and crispy curly old world pepperoni, sprinkled with toasted cheeses, finished with a garlic parmesan crust that must be seen in slow-mo to be believed. Holy moly, are you picturing this? Get a large double pepperoni crazy crust for just $8.99. Available all day or hot and ready from 4 to 8 p.m. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Have you been dreaming of upgrading your truck with exterior styling or custom accessories?
Or tricking out your interior with leather kits and heated seats?
Well, wake up, because Parker Extreme can help make your dream rig a reality.
Stop in and get advice from our skilled Parker Extreme team. They have the knowledge and experience to help you make the right choice for your car, truck, or SUV.
Your dream truck is here at Parker Toyota Extreme. You just haven't built it yet.
Do you have property damage? Burke's Restoration provides full-service emergency response for residential and commercial disasters. Wind damage? Burke's can handle that. Is flooding your problem? Burke's Restoration knows just what to do. Fire or smoke damage? Call Burke's today. You didn't plan on a disaster, but you have a choice on who restores it. Choose the best. Burke's Restoration takes care of fire, smoke, wind, or water damage and more. Tell your insurance company you choose Burke's Restoration. Call or click today.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer. Still catching feelings, hey. You feel like summer, baby, dancing in the lobby. Still catching feelings for you. Feels for you. Feelings for you. Feelings for you. You feel like summer, baby. Still catching feelings for you.
Start your day with Good Morning Northwest and
Good Morning America.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
6:53 is your time. Let's get you up to speed on everything you need to know for your Wednesday here in the morning sprint.
It'll be sunny and hot today, but you might want to spend some time indoors this afternoon. Mark will tell you why.
Allison Martinez has updates on, or you need to know, on the Hallett fire west of Spokane.
But first, we are getting a look at some of the primary election results this morning. Let's get to Sydney Charles with the details.
We begin with the race for Spokane mayor. The top 2 candidates will move on to the November election. Right now, Mayor Nadine Woodward has over 14,000 votes, but former state representative Lisa Brown is leading with nearly 17,000 votes. Mayor Woodward is still optimistic that she will remain Spokane's mayor. At her election party last night, Mayor Woodward saying she and the rest of the candidates she is supporting have a clear path to victory come November. Meanwhile, Brown is confident a lead in the primaries will lead to a victory in November.
The race for Spokane City Council president will be between Betsy Wilkerson and Kim Please. Andy Rathbun actually conceded yesterday morning before the results even came in. Wilkerson garnered more than 4,000 more votes than Please. Right now, Paul Dillon and Katie Treelor are quite a ways out in front in the race for Spokane City Council position number 1 for District 2. In the Spokane City Council race for District 3, Kitty Klitsky is leading with more than 4,500 votes, but it's fairly close for second place between Earl Moore and Christopher Savage. The top 2 in these races move on to the November ballot.
The look of the race for Spokane Valley and Liberty Lake City Councils are taking shape as well. For Spokane Valley Council position number 2, Jessica Yeager is currently leading with more than 5,700 votes. Rachel Briscoe has more than 2,800 votes, with Adam Smith trailing by about 500. In Liberty Lake, Dan Dunn is leading for City Council position number 3. Larry Marshall's in second place now with Keith Coupleson about 200 votes behind Marshall.
A couple of safety measures were also on the ballots for Airway Heights Fire and Spokane Fire District 3. Fire District 3, which serves southwest Spokane County, was asking voters to approve a property tax levy increase to pay for better fire protection, emergency medical services, and replace equipment. Right now, it looks like that measure is passing with a little more than 65% of voters saying yes. Meanwhile, Airway Heights voters are saying yes to an $8 million measure to buy a building and remodel it into a modern fire station. The measure needs at least 60% of the votes to pass. Right now, it has 77%.
It appears Airway Heights will join the Spokane County Library System. Voters there saying yes to the annexation by a wide margin. And voters in Cheney saying yes to a new $13 million aquatic center. It would include a lazy river, water slide, and a separate lap pool.
In the race for Spokane School Board Director position number 5, Mike Weiser is leading with nearly 20,000 votes, while Erica Lalka is second with nearly 12,000 votes. You can find all of the election results right now on our website at KXLY.com.
We've been tracking the West Hallett fire this morning. Now the Department of Natural Resources tells me that this fire is currently 30% contained. Now they also tell me that evacuation orders are still in place and they're hoping to reevaluate those orders and send out an update later this evening. Now we also know that that fire did burn 150 acres and crews are continuing to work on that fire today. Now for any information on wildfire readiness, you can visit our website, KXLY.com. Reporting in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
And fire crews say the West Hallett fire could have been much worse if it wasn't for the planes and helicopters attacking it from the air. At one point, 26 aircraft were fighting the fire. Pilots say people should be aware of those firefighting aircraft, and if you happen to be on a lake or river when those planes are in the air, move towards the shore to give them plenty of room to scoop that water.
All right, from the various fires in our first alert weather, we are going to see a little more smoke in the air. That's going to happen later on today. We've got the haze in the higher elevations, but we'll see smoke again closer to the ground. That's going to happen around dinner time tonight, and then it'll slowly make its way out overnight. 94 will be our high today. We'll see that in Coeur d'Alene as well. Pullman, you're at 91, and into the Tri-Cities, 96. Our day today, yeah, we're going to warm up quickly. By noon, we're going to be at our average high for this time of year, 87. The high today is going to be 94.
The former editor of the Spokesman Review says he is innocent of child porn charges. Stephen Smith was arraigned yesterday and pleaded not guilty to 11 counts. Police raided Smith's home on July 20th and seized his electronic devices. Detectives say Smith used Cash App to pay girls between the ages of 10 and 14 in Kentucky for sexually explicit videos and photos. We'll check weather with Mark one more time next.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Twilight Bedding is the choice for all your mattress needs and now has 2 convenient locations in Spokane. Every mattress is manufactured locally, right here in Spokane, and crafted to meet any need you have, whether it's for your bedroom, boat, RV, or your pet. Stop by either location today and talk with an expert about the mattress that's right for you. Sleep right by Twilight.
4 News Now Fire Watch coverage.
That fire has grown exponentially.
With resources on TV, online, and on the go with the 4 News Now app. Fire Watch coverage to keep you safe. That's what we mean when we say expect more on 4 News Now.
As we take a live look over downtown Spokane, you can see that little haze in the air. No cloud cover. It's a blue sky. And, of course, if you look up, it's bluer. We will see the increase of smoke and haze in our air later on today. That's going to happen around dinner time. Our high today is going to be 94. We're going to have 92 for tomorrow. But then we cool into the weekend, and we should see a nice break there. So if you're not looking forward to the weekend, now you should, because it's going to be much nicer. We'll see temperatures warm up again next week.
All right, Mark, thank you so much.
And thank you for being with us. We're so glad you joined us. We hope you can stick around throughout Good Morning America. We'll bring you updates throughout the morning. GMA starts now.